Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Test Chamber. I am your host, Joe Juba. I am joined by Jeff Cork.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, and we are looking at Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
All right.
So what I've done is I've started a mission that's it's a fairly early mission in the story, so there aren't any major spoilers or anything going on here. And basically the goal of this mission is to destroy a bunch of tanks and armored vehicles and stuff that are coming in. But the reason I chose this is that it lets us take a look at some other stuff that you can do too. Because basically once you destroy one of these tanks, you basically have finished the mission. And then we can sort of toy around and try some other stuff too.
All right. And at the very beginning, you had the option of jumping in the morning, or like right now it's 6 in the evening.
Right. Yep. So it lets you choose what time of day. Generally, I haven't found a good reason to not go in at night. Mm-hmm. Other than, like, when it's night, you're harder to see, but also guards are a little harder to see. But if you have, not that. There we go.
That old thing.
If you have, night vision goggles,
yep.
that makes it, not as big of a deal.
And you're accompanied by Diamond Dog.
Right. So there's a whole buddy system in this game that lets you bring along another character. And one of the things that I was worried about with that was just the idea that all of a sudden it would make the game feel more like more of a co-op experience, mm-hmm. and a less of the sort of, the true Metal Gear solo stealth thing. And that's really not the case. So, because what the buddies do more than anything are just sort of augment your abilities rather than bring a ton of their own things to the battlefield.
Oh, okay.
So now before we go on with that, here's one of the vehicles that we need to destroy.
This is your primary objective, right? Now, basically.
So okay, so they went over the mine that I laid for them. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I want to make sure that thing gets destroyed.
Okay.
Anyway, so in the case of D-Dog, which I think is short for Diamond Dog, mm-hmm. he is a constant intel ping. So whereas normally you would have to throw up your binoculars in order to, see all these guards.
Yes.
Because I have the dog with me, he sort of marks them for me. He detects them.
Why would you choose any other buddy? He sounds like an essential buddy.
That's really handy. But the other thing that he can do that other buddies can do rather is that if you have Quiet the sniper, she has a degree of that. She can mark buddies for you also, mm-hmm. or mark enemies for you. But she can also lend fire support. So if you tell her to, she can either kill or trank guards that she has sightline to.
Okay.
So that becomes really helpful. Also, there's also a walker that you have that it's like a little mini Metal Gear that you get to drive around. It's pretty sweet. I'm getting sick of waiting for this thing. So getting the walker, he has, in addition to trank capabilities, he also has a Gatling gun and stuff, so he's great to bring in for some heavy firepower if you need it. All right, I think this will do the job now. Get out of there, D-Dog. Come on, buddy. All right. There we go. Okay. I think he's just going to explode, right?
I would hope so.
There we go. All right. So now with that one guy done, I've basically finished the mission. I'm not going to get a good rating on it or anything, but,
Good enough.
Good enough. So this is another thing, this person wandering right there, mm-hmm. I would not be seeing if I didn't have D-Dog. Or rather, I would be able to see, but the prisoner got marked, mm-hmm. because I had D-Dog with me. Now, if I had D-Walker with me, which is that Metal Gear thing.
Yes.
I wouldn't get that benefit, but if I wanted to be really aggressive about taking out all of these tanks, mm-hmm. because if there's a tank, there's a tank. if I wanted to be really aggressive about that, I would need more mobility. I'd need to be able to get to them faster. And D-Walker has this like super awesome like zoom around capability. He moves really fast.
It's clear you've been playing a lot because you're just immune to how crazy town this game is. You just put the Fulton balloon onto that guy, and he lurched up, and you didn't even bother like looking up at him as he's like whisked to your base. You're just like, yeah, here's a menu with the map and whatnot. It's like you did realize something super crazy just happened, right?
Oh yeah, by the way, the Fulton balloon. I like first. It took me a second to even remember what you were talking about. It's like, oh yeah, I did Fulton someone just now. So, you know what we're gonna do is see if we can't try and like rescue someone. Because I think there's something going on over there. How do we get there? We'll just take the... Oh, that's going to be a long way. So... Yeah.
So there's a lot of these little sub-objectives that pop up.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. So... this is something fun we can try to do. There's another prisoner that's sort of coming in. So yeah, in this particular mission, it's like, okay, you want to destroy all of the trucks and tanks, but there are also prisoners to rescue, and there are like blueprints or whatever that you might want to extract. So there's definitely this mission in particular. There's sort of a lot of side stuff to do. A lot of times, your missions are a little more directed.
Okay.
Where it's it's a lot more clearly like, go here, rescue this person. Mm-hmm. Though. They do give you extra little things to shoot for in each mission. For instance, if I scooch over to missions here, these are all sort of, you see that little checklist there on the right.
Yeah.
Those are all sort of things that you can do in the setting.
Are most of them kind of in your face, or are there some of them that are like extremely difficult to even find?
Some of them are harder to do, and other ones you can't even do on your first playthrough of a mission.
Okay.
So there's definitely incentive, I think, to go back and keep playing and keep figuring stuff out.
I just noticed that Diamond. Can we call him Diamond, or do we have to call him Diamond Dog?
I call him D-Dog.
D-Dog. Okay. Well, D-Dog noticed a medicinal plant.
Yeah.
So that's also a handy thing that he can do as your buddy, right?
Yep. So in the world, this mission gives you an idea of. This is one of the more open world style missions, also. Which I think is getting a little frustrating in that we're kind of running around a lot. But if I had D-Walker or D-Horse, this would be going a little bit faster.
Oh, okay. So horse is... You got a choice, horse or dog. You can't have a whole menagerie.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, God, I hope I'm going to make this in time. So here's what we want to do. This is another one of my favorite things to do. So we've got this truck with the prisoner coming.
Yes.
So we're going to throw this decoy down. So it's a little mini snake that pops up. So then we're going to stay out of sight as this truck with the prisoner drives by. These guys are idiots.
Okay.
One thing I will say, in this game, there's a lot less of just sort of hiding and not doing anything as there have been in other Metal Gear games.
Okay.
Like camo and staying unseen is still part of it, but it just feels to me it's a little more active in what you're doing. Like this is one of the rare instances where I've sort of felt the need to just sort of stay put. Okay, so these guys see this thing and they don't know what's going on. So they're going to go check it out. And while they're off doing that...
I hope you're going to do what I think you're going to do.
Oh, I am.
Freeze, they say to this balloon.
There it goes. So not only do I get the prisoner, but I also get his Jeep.
These morons.
So, shot him with the trank. I should note that I'm shooting them with a suppressed sniper rifle. That's a trank sniper rifle. That is something that you don't get automatically. You basically need to do a special mission that lets you modify. It lets you modify your weapons.
Okay.
and then you can add a suppressor to your sniper rifle. There's also a sniper rifle in your normal tech tree that you can do, but that's suppressed. But this is just faster. So you want to, when you're out doing missions, you want to extract guys,
right?
Because they become your staff. This guy you see as an A+ in the intel category. That's good. We want that. So we're going to take him.
Now, do you have enough room for everybody, or is it pretty much at a certain point you're like, I really need to be careful who I'm bringing?
The game does a lot of like sorting for you, so you don't need to you don't need to be super careful about it, but you do have a max staff.
Okay.
So once you extract people to your base after you've hit your max, it automatically discharges. I think I haven't done too much looking into it, but I think it just automatically discharges the worst people on your staff, you know?
Cool. So you're not even bothering with that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need him. So I think we've got more. Yeah, I think we've got another guy coming this way. So
while they're knocked out on the Fulton balloon, it has some kind of broadcast that's convincing them why they should just immediately be loyal to Snake after they were yanked away from their former lives.
That's a good question. Like, it's never super specific on how exactly, they convince these enemy soldiers to join. But I assume that there's a fair bit of beating that goes on when they're in the brig.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
And you can pet D-Dog right there? Is that what this is?
Oh, yeah. We can pet D-Dog. All right, I want to try something. This is one of my favorite and most ridiculous weapons. This is the rocket arm. So it's Snake's bionic arm, except you can control it. You can speed it up. Okay. So that thing ran over the mine. I think we're gonna extract this one rather than, because we blew up the first one.
Right.
These things are pretty cool. So we're gonna take another one. Yoink.
Now, what's the advantage of taking that to your base then?
So that's something you can use. That's something I can show you right now. It's something you can use in deployment.
Okay.
So if you've played the Assassin's Creed games, where you sort of have your assassins that you get to sort of take out, send on missions that just happen in real time.
Okay.
That is something we've got going on here. So that's combat deployment here. So basically, these are missions that I can choose to send people out on. And some of them, like see this one up top.
Yeah.
I actually don't have a tank right now.
Okay.
But if I had a tank, I would have the requirements to go and like send out and do this mission.
Okay.
I do have sea-level soldiers or whatever, so I can send these guys out, and then you just see the percentage of how it's going down in real time. Okay. This. Oh, what?
You're shooting like Kyle here. Okay,
there we go.
Check your iDroid for the details.
There's that guy. Now, is he wearing a helmet? No. Sometimes they wear helmets, so you have to be a little more careful about how you shoot them. Like, you have to get them straight in the face, not just in the head.
Okay.
But this is an advantage to going out at night, is that, like, I think these guys probably would have seen me by now. But because it's dark.
Good grief.
You see that my suppressor on the lower right, I have a limited amount of suppressor.
And then it's just a...
So
Totally
there
normal.
are very high level items that have unlimited suppressors, but I think I have like 80 some hours logged on this game at this point, and I don't have them yet.
Okay.
So don't count on that anytime soon. So if you are like me, you think that the best way to approach Metal Gear is the sort of non-lethal trank approach.
Yeah.
The game definitely seems to encourage that as sort
Ooh,
of
that guy's great.
correct. So that's my preferred method of playing. But if you would rather just go in if you want to go in guns blazing, that's also a valid option. I could have just murdered these guys instead of put them to sleep.
Yeah.
But I still,
You wouldn't have been able to send them to your base.
Yeah, you're not able to send them to your base. And so these things, you can also... I should point out you need to upgrade your Fulton. That's one of the many things that that your upgrades work for, to be able to grab things like gun emplacements, which are pretty handy. You can also grab mortars like this. Oh wait, looks like nope. I wonder if that truck is going to get here in time. Let's throw a decoy down just in case. That just doesn't get old.
That's pretty great.
And again, like I said, this is one particular play style that's sort of the stay in the dark and don't do anything overt. Oh, come on. Oh wow. So yeah, so that one mission gives you a general taste of like the kinds of things that you will be doing in different missions. There's a lot of prisoner extraction. There's a lot of like go to the outpost, grab extracting different vehicles, that kind of thing. So now with that done,
Support helicopter.
I'm going to call in a helicopter. And then when it's here, we'll extract and head back to the base.
So you cannot Fulton yourself.
Okay, that's kind of funny. So you can't, but if you Fulton something large enough, like a big materials crate, there is an option to basically grab onto the balloon as it's going, so you can ride your extraction out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it depends on the thing you're extracting, but it is possible to get out that way, which is pretty cool. And you can set the music that you have for your helicopter when your helicopter shows up. If you want to have a bunch of dumb music, like there are a bunch of. I mean, the game is set in 1984, so if you want to listen to 1984 hit music when your helicopter shows up, you can do that.
And it's licensed.
Yeah,
music.
Yeah,
okay.
It's licensed music, but I have different music set up for it that I didn't know. I'm not hearing play right now, but anyway,
I'll have to take your word for it.
yeah.
Why don't you hum a few bars?
This is not required. I generally like to just throw down some Gatling gun fire on my way out of town.
Just a damn doll, the guy says.
Yeah, so that's basically how one mission works. So we're gonna cut out here and come back, and I'll show you a little bit about what everything funnels into, and that's your base.
Excellent.
We're starting a little early on this because I wanted to be sure that everyone saw it gets a little old, like it gets a little lengthy, but at the same time, there's something strangely satisfying about like every time you take the helicopter back to Mother Base, you get this kind of sequence where you approach it and you get a chance to sort of look around at all of the stuff you've built. So keep in mind, it started the size of just like this.
Okay.
It was just like one platform. And over time, you gather a bunch of resources and a bunch of staff, and now, it's just this sort of... There's something satisfying about seeing this just like big, sprawling base. Your army sort of saluting you as you come home.
No.
You can sort of beat up on your guys. They like it.
That increases morale?
Yeah, they'll actually say things like, "It's an honor to be held in your iron grip, boss." So this is Mother Base, which is huge. Just an idea on the map is like this is where what we're looking at like right now. Or I guess we're looking at that platform. And the base is that big.
Oh, wow.
With some fairly long, some struts and stuff that head out. So if you actually want to go on foot from one strut to the next, it takes forever to run there.
Okay.
So that's why I'm hoping I can find where is it? Oh, it's up there. They have little Jeeps set around on the base that you can sort of use to like right there. you can just sort of use to hop in and like like physically drive all the way over there.
Okay.
You can also get around your base by calling the helicopter in, and you can just sort of go from one helicopter platform to another. Or there is a goofy mode of fast travel that I kind of love. Let's see where. Oh, do I have to go back? Yeah.
Son of a gun.
Yeah. But yeah, there's basically an old throwback style of fast travel that we'll get to in a second. First, I want to do this. I didn't get to show this off last time. So this is your fist is a non-lethal weapon. Come on. There we go.
All right.
So I knocked out one of my soldiers.
He's lucky he made it up that ladder.
Okay, so if you want to use the fast travel around the base, you hop into a cardboard box and get into the cargo loading zone,
Please select a delivery.
and then you can transfer to other delivery points, which is pretty funny. So yeah, we'll go down here. How about? And that's how you get around. So one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up though is there's actually a similar method of getting around the larger maps, like the actual game maps, where you need to grab like invoices from these stations that you find around the world, and if you do that, then you can basically hop in a cargo loading zone on an enemy, like near an enemy outpost.
Oh, because you got the appropriate sticker.
Right, and then you can ship yourself to another one. But that was actually one of my complaints about the game is like that would actually be pretty handy if it were well explained, but it's really not. So Mother Base is more than just this thing that you walk around. Like I said, though it is satisfying to do that, everything basically funnels back into your base in terms of it's essentially like your skill tree. It's how you level up. It's how you get new abilities. It's how you get more powerful. So actually, we'll get to that in a second. Things sort of start at
Please
this
specify
screen.
project.
So these are the things that I can currently develop. So there are the categories of handguns, machine guns, like all of these different things that you can eventually pour your money into. So GMP is your basic currency, and that's what you get for completing missions and stuff like that. But sometimes you have other requirements apart from just money. So in this case, I need my R&D team to be level 36 and my Intel team to be level 36 before I can develop active sonar, which I can. So let's just do that. So it takes 36 real-time minutes, and you can't just turn the game off. It's like 36 minutes in game. Like you have to be in the game as that time passes.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. So,
And that's where also microtransactions come into play, correct? You can buy a thing that accelerates that.
I believe that is more having to do with the FOB section, which is
Okay.
basically a secondary base that you can build, and that's the game's multiplayer component.
Okay.
I did not get a chance because we like reviewers have to stay offline until the game is out.
Okay.
Which means that we don't get a lot of time to test that out. We did get to play a little bit of just the basic gameplay of it at the review event, though.
Okay.
Rocket arm. Okay, sorry, that just does not get old for me.
And you can also Fulton them back to where they were previously.
Yeah, yeah. So in this case, Fultoning her, she's already at the base, so I don't think that would do a whole lot of good. But this game is there's so much to it. It's hard to sort of clearly explain it because so the more people you get, like in the mission we did, there were people who were an A+ on R&D or something. So that raises your R&D level, which then makes new items available for development and better items and stuff like that. So everything is sort of interconnected. You want to get as many people as you can to fill out your team. So there's my combat unit, my security team, my R&D team. You want as many like high grade people as you can get in these to make your teams as high level as possible.
Right.
So you can access the best stuff. But high level teams also sort of feed back into your development in other ways. So like a high level combat unit increases just like a sort of a flow of GMP that you get.
Okay.
Your base development unit makes it easier for you to like convert raw resources into usable resources, which you need to build better base facilities. That's what we're getting at here. And the more platforms you have, the higher your staff members are, which you can see on the right. So like, the more like once you have 4 combat units or 4 combat platforms, you'll be able to have 100 people on your combat staff rather than just 85.
Okay.
Which then is more people you can use to raise the level of that, to develop better stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So if you've played games, again, like I bring up Assassin's Creed, it reminds me a little bit of like in Brotherhood, your Monteriggioni or whatever, your base there. Or games like maybe a better example would be like Dragon Age Inquisition, where sort of everything you do in Inquisition feeds back into your overall like power and, you know, things you can do as a player. And that's what it's the same feeling here. You want to go out and you want to do missions because you get more resources and cooler stuff that you can use to go out and do more missions.
Yeah.
You know? So that's sort of the gist of Mother Base. I can't show you much that's going on specifically here just because there may be some spoilers, but I will say that you want to walk around your base and explore your different platforms a little bit. You know, like there's maybe, you know, if you walk around the medical platform, you might find a door. There's like, oh, I didn't know I could go in that door. And then, you know, there might be a familiar character that you know, that makes a cameo or something. So it's not, even though it's huge and kind of daunting to walk around.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend, you know, like when you build a new platform, go and check it out and see what there is to do there. So with that, I think that's a good basic look at Mother Base. We're going to go out and do one quick side op so I can show you, maybe take a more aggressive approach. I'll bring D Walker along.
All right.
So
Play
we
like
can
a big knucklehead.
Yeah. Okay, so this is us getting ready for a mission. It's a pretty easy one, but we're gonna take a different approach to it. So instead of my normal sniper rifle that I like to use, we'll bring in a rocket launcher. We'll bring in a more powerful machine gun. What about secondary? Because I think, do I want my rocket arm? This is like an electrical arm.
Oh, yeah.
The rocket arm is still pretty great. Oh, we've seen the rocket arm, though. Let's try electro arm. So that one's got like a slightly different color. We'll want to, if we're going to go in fighting, we're not going to use the sneaking suit. We'll want to use the battle dress.
Oh, of course.
So that looks a little tougher. There's a bandana option.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that looks like he's ready to rock. So we'll go in with that gear. Oh, there's that emblem in the background is something that you can customize yourself.
And you picked that? Okay.
I picked Game Informer.
Okay. Oh boy.
And we'll just go in broad daylight this time.
Let's do it. And who's your buddy again?
So this buddy is D Walker. He's the one we were talking about before. So he's basically the bipedal mini tank that you get to bring along with you. Which, one thing to consider, and I should have pointed this out on the last screen, is that deploying for a mission, this isn't like previous Metal Gear games where you just like you get equipment and then you just have it on you all the time. You don't want to bring everything with you all the time, because deploying with equipment carries with it like a GMP cost.
Okay.
So if you go if you go out with like a machine like this rocket launcher, for instance, I think costs like maybe around 3,000 GMP just to like bring with you out into the field. So if you're doing a mission that the reward is like 30,000 GMP, and you have yourself going into it with a loadout that costs 30,000 GMP, you're not going to get any. At least
There's no benefit to it.
Well, you're not. There's no GMP benefit to it. It might end up costing you money to do that mission, but maybe you get a good staff member or something out of it. So there may still be a reason to do the mission, but like it is possible to negate any profit you get in that regard by just going in with a ton of equipment or more equipment than you need. Okay, so this guy's awesome. So he has a walking mode.
Those ridiculous sounds.
Yep.
Beep, bop, boop.
But then he also has a driving mode. And then he has a fast driving mode. And he controls terribly.
It looks like a miserable time.
What? Okay. So let's make sure we're going on the right path here. Okay, so we want to find a prisoner to extract here. What? So the reason I brought up the GMP cost before was because deploying with D-Walker is expensive.
Okay.
So you might just think, oh, why wouldn't you go in with him every mission all the time? And the answer to that is that you just hemorrhage GMP because of it. So he has. Wait, where's his? Oh, there we go. So he has a tranking weapon. So hopefully we can use that. Come on. There we go.
Oh,
I
wow.
got him. Okay. So if you played Ground Zeroes, you recognize that reflex mode, which is a nice addition for Metal Gear. Wait, I was just going to go in guns blazing.
Yeah, what are you doing,
I already
weirdo?
tranked some guy. Sorry, everyone. Oh, shoot. Where is this guy? All right. I think I got him. This is what you want to look for, by the way. These are those invoice fast travel stations.
Okay.
So there's a prisoner somewhere around here. If I had D-Dog with me, he would be able to tell me, like, he would be marking all these guys and telling me where the prisoner is. But I don't. So I just have to. This is a lot more haphazard, obviously, but it's fun. Oh, they have decoys also. That's like
okay.
That's a plastic thing of theirs.
That's great. It's not so funny now, is it?
All right. So I want to find out. Oh, there's another guy. He has a CQC move. Let's see. Oh, I thought I saw a guy over here. There we go. So if you want to go in like full assault,
Yes.
D-Walker is the very best. I don't know why these guys keep thinking they can do anything about this. All right. Oh, so that was everyone.
Ta-da.
Now,
So you just have to find the prisoner.
well, hold on. I think I want to rectify a mistake from before.
Oh. Is he sleeping peacefully?
Yeah. We don't want that to happen.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
So, I wonder if I even grabbed the thing here. Do I have this invoice? Not yet. There we go. So that's what you do. So now the challenge of approaching the mission that way becomes, if I had D-Dog, he would be able to show me like through walls even where the prisoner was. I don't have that.
You're going to have to sweep every
Yeah,
building.
so I have to go out and sweep by myself. Actually, I wonder, can my arm do the sonar thing? Maybe not. Oh, that's the electric one. I don't want to do that on him. So that's the prisoner.
Okay, that was easy enough.
Analysis complete.
There we go. Oh, so he's got some good stats. A plus in R&D.
He's no S, but
No. So we'll grab him. I didn't even get to use my rocket launcher.
so the guys that you found earlier, like when you were kind of cruising through your roster, you have some S's and S pluses.
Yep.
Were those guys you found in the campaign, or are they just a bunch of randos you found while you were playing the game?
You find them. So there's a weird system in place for the quality of staff that you find.
Okay.
It's tied to your heroism. And your heroism is tied to, I mean, as you complete, doesn't that never get old? I love that. Your heroism increases as you do, like fame increased heroism plus 60. It just came up on the screen. So like the higher your heroism, just in general, the better the dudes in the world are going to be.
Yeah.
So it's not like in this particular mission, there's always like an S++ guy or something.
Okay.
So that's sort of a look. I mean, there's so much more to this game, so much more to talk about, so many more weapons and stuff to show off. But, like
With the amount of time we have.
yeah, we're not gonna do a 4-hour guided tour through it. That's just a small taste of what this, what makes this game fun and why it's cool.
I'm gonna grab onto it when you send it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna
right.
try. So, yeah, I think that's it. Be sure to check out. If you're curious, my review is up online right now. I gave this game a 9.25. We also talk about it a lot on the most recent podcast.
Great. Well, thanks for showing all this stuff off, Joe.
Yeah. Now let's see if we can make this work.
I have faith in you.
There we go.
Notice how you don't yelp.
Extraction.
All
Pretty
right.
cool.
Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.